Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere Chichi for short, and I'm a fashion designer based in Lagos State, Nigeria. And on this channel, it's all about fashion, lifestyle, DIY, and of course some form of beauty. So today guys, it's all about the making of a corset without a cup. And I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. Like you guys, you make me feel so special. Thank you. I appreciate your time and effort. So guys, the very first thing to do in drafting your corset pattern is to get the half waist of your body measurement, okay? And here guys, the half waist I will be using is 16 and half, okay? And this is the 16 and half. I'll be marking out this way and join it with a straight line, after which you divide your breast distance by 2 plus half, or your breast distance plus 1 divided by 2. Whichever one that you do is going to give you the same result. If you divide by 2 before you add your half, fine. If you add your 1 before you divide by 2, it is also fine. So I will be marking the 4 inches measurement from the center fold, as you can see. So I'll be marking this all the way to the shoulder area of this pattern paper. So here is the 4-inch measurement of the breast distance, okay? And next I'll be getting all the vertical measurements, okay, which are the armhole measurements, the breast points, the underbust, then of course the half waist which you've gotten, okay? So I'll be using an armhole length of 8.5, a breast point of 10.5, an underbust of 14.5, okay? So here are the measurements: the armhole, the breast point, and the underbust, okay? So I come to this center fold area again. I mark the same thing at the center fold area, just to know where I would be joining my straight line with, and also to give me a very straight line by the time I am joining them together. So I'll be joining these points together, so to give me a straight line to mark out my points very well. And the armhole, I'm not going to be marking from the center, okay, because the armhole doesn't have any business with the center fold. So I'm going to be marking it from the sides like this. So guys, these are the measurements: the armhole, the breast point, the underbust, and the half waist. Once again, this is the armhole, the breast point, the underbust, and the half waist. So next, I'll be marking out the distance between the breast point and the underbust, and I'll be marking it all the way around like so. Okay, so the distance between the breast point and the underbust is 4 inches. Sorry, it's giving me 4 inches, so I'm going to be marking it all the way like this to form a circumference. So this is the 4 inches mark all the way round like this, okay? So you mark all the way to give you a circumference. So here is it, and I'll be marking it out. I'll be joining all the points together to make the circumference very visible. So here is it. It's going to give us an almost perfect circle. So this is it. Endeavor that your circle is as good as it can be, okay? So coming to the underbust area, I'm going to be coming up by ½ inch, okay? From the underbust upwards, you mark ½ inch. This is the point. And next, at this point of the breast point measurement, I'm supposed to be marking ½ inch inward just like this, but because the person do not want her cleavage to be revealed, the person wants the cleavage to cover, I'm going to be coming up by 1 inch, okay, before I mark the ½ inch. If the ½ inch is marked exactly on the breast point measurement, there's going to be a reveal of the cleavage, which this person do not want. This person wants a corset but without the cleavage being revealed. So in trying to work on that, you come up with 1 inch just like this, okay, and then you mark your ½ inch from that very point. Please understand this very point. You can see how I did that. You mark the ½ inch 1 inch above the breast point. Please take note if you do not want the cleavage to show, because many people actually love corset but they do not want the reveal of the cleavage. And on the armhole area, I'm going to be coming out with ½ inch. This is to accommodate the actual shape of the bust, okay? So I'm going to be coming out with ½ inch just like this, and here it is. And on this upper part, I'm going to be marking a point on this exact point. That's where the circle meets the straight line. I'm going to be marking a point on that point exactly, okay? And then I'll be connecting all the points together. Please take note of all these 4 cardinal points, this, and also this. And I'll be joining all these points I've marked out. I'll be joining everything together. There was going to be a connection between the 4 points I've marked out using the curve rule, and I'm going to be joining them together with the help of a curve rule, just like this. Guys, please, if at this point you haven't subscribed, please click on that subscribe button to get subscribed and become a member of this beautiful family, and also put up your post notification bell to get notified whenever I put up a new video. Please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you, guys. So guys, at this point we are going to be extending this point upward to get to the armhole area. Okay, so let's join the armhole line to get to this point. So this is the extension of the armhole line. So I'm going to be extending this point upward this way so that we can have our final joining done. And next, guys, I'm going to have our final points joined together, and this is what it looks like by the time you finish joining all your points together, guys. And next, I'll be coming to the underbust area and then mark 1 inch on both sides of the breast point. Okay, so this is 1 inch on the side, on this side of the breast point, and 1 inch on the other side. And coming down to the half waist measurement, I mark another 1 inch on both sides of the breast point measurement. And then I come to this upper part and I mark the same thing, 1 inch on both sides of the breast point measurements. And then all these points are going to be connected together. Okay, this point to this point, this point to this point, and this point to this point. So I'm going to be using the ruler to join all these points together. And here I join these points together from this point all the way to the other point. And then I do the same to this side. Okay, please make sure you place your ruler at the appropriate or the exact points to get all your points, you know, just the place, just where they are supposed to be. So this is it, and I'm going to be joining these points with a straight line down to the half waist measurement like this. Okay, so here it is. So next, I'm going to be imputing all our body circumference measurements divided by 4. Okay, so like we all know already, you divide your body measurement by 4 plus your seam allowance. So here I'm going to be dividing the bust by 4 plus seam allowance, which is 3 inches. So here is the point of the bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9.5, plus 3 inches, which is 12.5. And next, I'll be coming down to the under bust band measurement. At this under bust band measurement, as you can see, we have so much to cut out. And one of the easiest things I do at this point is not to use the under bust band measurement. I'm not going to be using the under bust measurement. I'm not going to be dividing, using the under bust measurement. What I do is what I have at the bust measurement. Remember, this point gave me 12.5. So coming down to the under bust band measurement, I'm going to be adding 1/4 of an inch to the 12.5, which is going to give me 12.75. Okay, please take note. Whatever I have at the bust measurements, coming down to the under bust band measurement, I just add 1/4 of an inch. Okay, I'm not going to be dividing the under bust band measurement and adding seam allowance. I'm coming back to the half waist measurement. I do the same. I add another 1/4 of an inch. So the bust is 12.5, under bust 12.75, the half waist 13 inches. So you add 1/4 of an inch as you come down from the bust to the under bust band and to the half waist. So guys, I'm going to be joining these points together. I'm going to be joining all the points together. So this is the bust to the under bust. I've joined the under bust to the half waist, and then I extend to the armhole area. Okay, so this is it. And please, once again, guys, do not forget to click on the red subscribe button. Thank you, guys. And for the upper part of the corset, just in case yours is not a tube corset and you want something attached to the upper part of the body, I'm going to be marking out that's the shoulder area and all that, just in case you want to be doing something to the upper part of your corset. So what I'll be now marking out the shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 1. So this is the shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 1. Okay. So here is the point just to give me the armhole area, and I'm going to be carving out the armhole area just like this. So we have our armhole area just in case you want to use the upper part of the corset, just like I said. Then you mark out the neck area depending on what you want the neck to look like. Like, use your discretion, whatever you want the neckline to look like, that's what you're going to be using. So I'm going to be using like a perfect round neck line. So this is it. and then I get the shoulder slanted, just as you can see. So this is what the upper part of the corset would look like, just in case you would want to do that. And guys, the corset body is ready for a cutout. So I'm going to be cutting out all our points that we have marked out this way. So remember, I'm going to be cutting along all the points I marked with the red marker. Okay, I used two different colors so that it will make the cutout very easy for us to know exactly what we are cutting out, what we'll be needing, and what we'll be discarding. Okay, so coming to the real corset cutting now, I'm going to be cutting along all the points I marked with the red marker. So watch and see how I do this. So guys, while you watch me do the cutting, please just go and click on the subscribe button. This is the only way you can support this channel. And also give this video a like if you have enjoyed watching this video up to this very point. And here is our first cutout. Okay, you cut just along the red marked out points. So this is another one, and the last one, be cutting out like this. Yeah, and guys, I have all these cut out for our corset. So guys, we have all this ready now, and this is for the upper part of the corset. Okay, just in case you need anything to work with for the upper part of the corset. And guys, this is what we have. We're going to be using this to cut on the fabric itself. Okay, we're going to be placing this on the fabric to cut out, but before that, let me mark out the points so that I don't get confused by the time I'm joining the fabrics together. Okay, we have point 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also I used to use an arrow to make all the points to know which is facing each other. Okay, so with this, it's going to make the whole job easier for me by the time I am joining, to know the parts that are supposed to face each other. So guys, I'm going to be cutting out all this on the fabric itself. But in cutting out the fabric itself, you are going to be adding 1/2 inch all around the pattern of the corset. Okay, do not cut the exact measurement you have on the pattern itself. You add 1/2 inch all around the pattern paper itself. This is to accommodate the seam allowance of the corset. So I'm going to be doing the same thing to all the parts of this corset. And don't forget, everything you cut in twos. Okay, you're not going to be cutting them one. All this I'm cutting, they are going to be cut into two. And for this part, you're not going to be adding any 1/2 inch to this other part, because this is the center fold. You're going to be adding the 1/2 inch to only the side. This is the center fold, so do not add 1/2 inch to the center fold. You add to only the side, and this is what it looks like. So guys, we have all of these cutouts. Okay, so our fabric itself is ready, just like the pattern. And for the upper part, just like I said, in case you need to attach anything to the upper part of the corset, you use whatever thing that you want to use for the upper part, and then cut out this way, adding 1/2 inch to the lower parts of the chest area like this. You're not going to be adding any allowance to the upper part. Your allowance is to be added at the underside of the chest area, just as you can see. And guys, we are almost done with the cutting, and this is what it looks like. And the next thing to cut, or the last thing to cut, is the lining of this particular corset patterns that we've cut out. So you cut out your lining that will be the same shape and size with the fabric itself. So that's the only thing left to cut. And guys, the next thing after that is to put your stay and your wadding on the fabric. You put your stay on this part and put stay and wadding on this part. Okay, so that is the only thing left, and then you go straight to the sewing machine to stitch everything together. Okay, so this is them in two. Okay, you open this up, this is the center fold, and then you open up all the parts. You can see these ones are in twos, just like this one as well. The same thing is in twos. Okay, so placing them, this is to show you how you're going to be stitching them together. So this is how you place them by the time you're done with your stay and everything. And guys, this is our beautiful corset. Can you see how beautiful and well seated it is looking? This goes to show you that you do not need a cup to have a perfect corset done. If you know your onions well, you are going to have a perfect corset. looking like you inserted a cup into your corset. So guys, this is what it is looking like. Please just give this video a huge thumbs up right now, because guys, you will not deprive me of this opportunity of getting those likes, because this deserves a huge like. And let me know in the comment section if this was well understood, and also please, if there is any topic you want me to make a tutorial on, please just drop that in the comment section. And guys, thanks for your time, I appreciate. And if you attach something to the upper part of your corset, this is what it's going to be looking like. See you in my next video. Bye.